resulting in fuel shortages and rising energy costs for all American families. He went so far as begging foreign dictators for oil instead of uplifting America's economy. It's worth noting that just a few short years ago, America was energy independent. House Republicans have made it clear that we are going to hold the Biden administration accountable for its actions. As we sit here today, President Biden has drained around 40% of our strategic petroleum reserve. The reserve was established to be used for national emergencies, not for cheap political points or band-aids for failed policies. The Strategic Production Response Act would require the Biden administration to replenish and maintain the strategic petroleum reserve, and the legislation would require the Secretary of Energy to come up with a plan to replenish the reserve if oil is taken for non-emergency reasons. The President has ample solutions in front of him to fix America's energy crisis. In fact, Americans have been offering up long-term energy solutions to the Biden administration, but they refuse to listen. Instead, they've given in to the demands of left-wing special interest and radical environmental groups and have left the American people stranded. In America, we do our part in making sure that the energy we produce is done in a more cleaner, more safer way than any other country on earth. Unleashing American energy is the solution to our nation's energy crisis. My message to President Biden is simple. The days of taking shortcuts to make up major policy failures are over. H.R. 21 is an important step in holding the administration accountable for their actions.
Wow, friends, they are serious. House Republicans have just passed a brand new bill. And this new legislation includes several important provisions and aims to curb the president's use of oil reserves. Economists say that this could lead to relief at the gas pump and extra relief checks for Americans. My friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video to hear about all of these details and to say thank you for joining me here every day and for being part of this community. I am giving away 2 Walmart gift cards every Friday. If you would like to enter the giveaways, all you have to do, friends, is make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dear friends, the greater your chances of winning the weekly giveaways. And I will be announcing 2 winners at the end of today's video, so please make sure, friends, that you do stay tuned. Today, House Republicans passed a bill that aims to curb President Biden's ability to tap the nation's petroleum reserves. It is a bid by the chamber's new majority to rebuke the White House for using massive oil releases last year to tamp down runaway gasoline prices. But the bill, which was passed 221 to 205, was largely a messaging effort by Republicans. The democratically controlled Senate has said they do not want to vote on the bill. The White House has already vowed to veto the bill if it makes it to Biden's desk. One Democrat joined the Republican majority to vote in favor of this bill. Republicans who spent 2 days this week voting on amendments and passing the measure have sought to blame last year's surge in gasoline prices on Biden's green energy policies, which they contend have crimped U.S. oil production, sending prices and inflation skyrocketing. Gasoline prices peaked at a record national average at $5.05 per gallon in June 2022, but declined steadily over the next 3 months. The bill would also prohibit non-emergency releases from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve unless the U.S. government approves a corresponding increase in domestic oil and gas production on federal lands. The extensive floor time spent on the Strategic Petroleum Reserve bill showcased the GOP plans to target Biden's broader efforts to wean the economy off the fossil fuels that drive climate change, what Republicans say is leaving the country vulnerable to supply shortages. The Republicans' decision to open up the vote to freewheeling debate through a modified open rule prompted Democrats to submit dozens of amendments aiming to curtail a GOP drilling push. Biden has proposed a plan for replenishing the stockpile after ordering the biggest crude oil releases by far in history. It has fallen by 266 million barrels from 638 million barrels since he took office. Its current level of 372 million barrels is its lowest level since 1983. But he is far from the first president to draw down supply. President George W. Bush and Barack Obama all released barrels from the reserve. And Congress in recent years turned to the reserve as a way to pay for unrelated priorities, with lawmakers of both parties approving sales to pay for needs, such as funding the government. Democrats said the GOP's latest proposal would hamstring presidents from using the reserve in the event of an emergency that could drive up gas prices during a future oil shortage. The U.S. Treasury Department has estimated that the Biden administration's releases reduced gasoline prices by up to 40 cents per gallon. The GOP bill would provide an exception in the case of a severe energy supply interruption, which is caused by hurricanes or other natural disasters, which Republicans argued are the scenarios that should prompt withdrawals. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts on all of this? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Some are warning that the Inflation Reduction Act rebates will not be sent out for a while. Generous Inflation Reduction Act rebates for home electrification took effect on January 1st, 2023, but they won't actually be available to homeowners until year's end or 2024 at the earliest. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, that is because the Biden administration is distributing $4.3 billion in home electrification rebates through state energy offices. So in other words, 50 different programs need to be designed and implemented so that they comply with federal regulations, which reserve the incentives for families earning up to 150% of their area's median household income. The good news is that rebates worth up to $14,000 to slash the cost of decarbonizing a home are expected to be available for years to come, at least until the budget runs out. The bad news is that if your fossil fuel furnace or water heater fails before state programs are up and running, the rebates will not be retroactive. That means homeowners could lock in another decade or two of greenhouse gas emissions if they cannot afford unsubsidized heat pumps. The Inflation Reduction Act also includes a $2,000 federal tax credit for heat pumps, which can be taken now. Some states and utility companies also offer their own rebate. Well, my amazing and most dearest friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Friday. My friends, thank you so very much for being part of this community. So the two winners of today's Walmart gift card giveaway is Marlene McCool and Miss Baby Doll Callie. Congratulations, dear friends! To claim your gift card, please check your notifications page and send me a message. Or you can also message me on my Facebook page. Remember, friends, I will be announcing more winners in next week's giveaway. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. Thank you, my friends, and have a wonderful and very blessed weekend.